welcome to the Jenn Hayward Show. I am Jenn Hayward. We have a jam-packed show today. I have not one, but two guests who showed up. This is great. And so for those who don't know me, I'm not sure how you found, but we are a talk show, and we aim to build better connections with people, to showcase the people and products that we like, and to have fun. Sure, there's a little bit of building my own brand, but whatever. So, all right, we already started with one viewer. I think it's my husband, but that's okay. No, it's on Sarah Jean Stewart's thing. Only thing for people to know is that if you make a comment on a personal feed, not our business page, then we can't see it until after. So if you go to the Jenn Hayward Show, Facebook or YouTube, we can see all your comments. So later in the show, we have, let me just show you a picture, my friend and everyone's friend, Sarah Jean Stewart, Adventure Seeker Sarah. That was her today. She's going to be talking about her Costa Rican trip. We have Trefor Munn. I'll let him just say a quick wave. Just say wave. That's it. There you go. And then you have me. I'm Jenn Hayward. Jam-packed show. We have a great week. Tomorrow we have David White Deer Charette and Simone Holder, comedian. Thursday we have the best things to buy at trinkets in Spencerville, and also hey Josh, what you drinking? So I'm gonna just bring Josh up. He's my husband. We won't hold that against him. He is drinking probably. You have a segment. You have a YouTube channel that you're starting on. You hiding the Starbucks cup?
I have the YouTube channel that is being active for almost a year and a half now. No, a year and a month. I started December 2021. No, December 2020 is when I started, and then it went through all 2021, and now we're into February 2022.
That's excellent.
That's a lot of freaking beer.
There's a lot of beer, and there's a lot of different beer. So every Thursday, you'll be coming and telling us what to expect. Thursday. So you've been helping with this fundraiser we've been doing. We're doing a 14-day movement, which sounds actually like it should be for probiotics, pooping, but it's 14-day movement to raise funds. We basically had this large telethon. Biff Naked, Fred Penner, all these people donated their time, and we raised Fred Penner. We didn't raise enough money, and we want to keep it going. So I'm just going to put it in the thing here. If you'd like to donate, absolutely. The nuns of Mazabuka are absolutely hilarious. They are one of the people we're raising funds for. And you're like, Jenn, how can you, an Indigenous feminist, be like best friends with a bunch of nuns? Doesn't that sound a little counterintuitive? Well, welcome to the world of bridging connections as opposed to fighting. What? And that's what we do, is let's find the commonality. So we're doing this fundraiser. The reason I brought Josh on is Sister Rosalia from Mazabuka messaged me this morning, so excited. She got two new guard dogs, and she named them Jenn and Josh. Jenn and Josh. My husband is Josh. And I'm like, oh, what kind? I'd never heard of these dogs before. I don't even know what to call them. Look at them. And she said they reminded her of Josh. Just a moment. That's the kind of dog.
What is that?
It's a bowl or something. And it's called Jenn and Josh. So I can't wait to go back. The funds that we're raising, and right now we're doing it through positivity and organic growth, which is the way it was probably meant to be. I want to show you one of the teachers. The teachers in Mazabuka and the school are very serious teachers. We've already, by the way, doubled our viewership from yesterday. We just lost one. 6 people. Welcome, our 6 people. Our goal was to get by 10 by the end of the week. So we're doing well, and we're going to grow every day. But the teachers are very exciting, and just they're doing everything grassroots, no resources, anything. Half the year it's a rainy season, so that's why we're building a hall. And so I was there during the hot season, and he was teaching them. So outside they were playing football, which is soccer, and he's very serious about his football, and this is how he was teaching. Just a moment.
What happens when you are dodging? What do you do when you dodge, Very good. You run away from your opponent so that you are free, and you go, I am free, please, can you pass me the ball? And that's free. Your teammate is going to pass you the ball. So dodging is a skill in football.
Football, and they take it very seriously. But I have never seen such respectful kids. He talks like this, but when I talk to him individually, he talks like this. So this is not a teacher thing; it's his personality. He is a great man. He's one of the many teachers in Mazabuka. I told them we're going to raise this money. So if you have $5 to give it. If 100 people give $500. Well, someone do the math, but it's a lot of money. So I'm going to say goodbye to Josh. Josh, we're going to see you when?
Thursday.
He'll be drinking.
I'm going to talk about beer.
You're going to talk about beer? Okay, see you later, Josh. Love you.
Go see Josh. Oh, hey, Josh, what you drinking on YouTube?
Yeah, we're not advertising you today. You're advertising you to come here Thursday.
Hey-o.
And we'll advertise you Thursday to go elsewhere. Come on, Hayward. All right, bye, love. And he's gone. He was working on a ukulele song. So as you can see, I'm in my studio. We're trying to make a creator studio. So the first thing, because I also write for CBC Radio and my sound recording isn't very good. So we don't have a lot of money right now. So we're going to get some fabric and put it on the wall. But we need obviously better lighting. You'll see when I bring the other people out there, like Sarah's probably in the sunshine and Trefor's on the farm with like great lighting. And so I bought this green screen, but I don't know how to do it. So anyway, I have a green screen that you're supposed to have things with. And we're going to be a live show. So again, once again, we really want people to donate to the fundraiser. Oh, I have a comment. Excellent. Look at that. Whitestone Farms. Happy to be here, Carrie. Perfect timing because we're about to introduce your husband. And I love that one of our 4 viewers is his wife. Actually, it doesn't always show. We could have 10 viewers and it doesn't show. It's a weird thing. I'm going to tell Sarah, actually, I'll just say this. We found out why so many people couldn't see the link on the telethon. When we post it here, if it's from an individual page or a group, they can't see the link. It's only on page to page. Now I know. All right. Thank you, Carrie. I'm so glad you're here. So a round of applause. I'm the only one here. We're bringing one of our guests and one of my favorite people, Trefor Munn-Venn. There he is. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Now I'm more nervous now that I know Carrie's watching. But
well, I wasn't going to hit on you, so I'm not sure what show you thought you were coming to. But don't worry. Well, it's great to have you here. I mean, the point of this show is connections, and you've always been a great supporter of my husband and myself. Crazy, schemes from running a talk show and you're like kids punched a hole in the wall, whatever. That's what we have, to our live show, to our business. And so tell us, you are a business coach. Is that the word that you're using?
Absolutely.
All right, that's boring. I don't want to talk about that. He's a business coach, go to him. But what I'm going to tell you about, he is a farmer. So you bought a farm in Luskville. When did you buy that farm?
Yeah, that was about 1.5 years ago. We got it. So right as the pandemic was starting. So it wasn't quite our pandemic project. We had bought it right before the pandemic really got announced. But we've spent most of our time here. So that was a move out of Ottawa from Ontario into Quebec. And so now we're kind of nestled against got the Gatineau Hills here and the Ottawa River down there. And we're right where those two kind of meet.
Well, that's neat. And now I've had the fortune to go there. Again, I'm only promoting people who I know and like. And I think it's important, but it's gorgeous. And you guys have done so much in such little time. And you're very good at the spirit and everything. So before we talk, why did you buy the farm? Have you always wanted to be a farmer?
No. And I would still not call me a farmer, and certainly no one around here would call me one. But it was both Carrie and I grew up in rural villages, and we've been involved in farms and helped out at farms, but never had set like a life aspiration to be a farmer or to own a farm. But I think, as time was going by, we're kind of looking, saying, what do we want in our lives? What do we want that to be? And I think as we were getting more clear, more deliberate, more intentional about that, we could see that more time in nature, more time outside, that was going to be a big part of the equation. So we were starting to play with different ways to do that. And we kind of landed on the notion that there might be a farm involved or a place or like a small whatever. But we thought it was years and years in the future. And And so then we started to work through this exercise saying, how do we take the things from that we want in our future and how can we bring them into the present, even pieces of them? So it might not be the whole picture, but what might that look like? So I think
that's there for one sec. That is a great point. So can you say that again? You wanted to bring a piece of the future into now. Is that like Star Trek?
Yeah, that's right. It was like, how do you mess with the space-time continuum? No, it was just to say, instead of like just wishing life away, which is easy to do, but to say these things that I say one day, can I even just bring a piece of that into now? Right, and into the present, and that's really important because we need to live here in this present moment, but we connect it through what we hold together. And so we actually had nearly moved to a small farm outside Owen Sound, and it just didn't work. Like every step we took was kind of a no, like just barrier after barrier. And so we kind of let it go for a little bit, and then it was one day, almost this time of year. 2 years ago, and it was a lousy, crappy winter Saturday. It was like heavy gray, dark, damp. It was one of those. And I think we were still in our pajamas. It was like late in the afternoon. We were reading, and I don't know what possessed me, Jen, but I went on MLS. I did a search I had never done before in a place I had actually said I would never ever live. And
Quebec, I understand.
Quebec in this area in particular.
The gorgeous area.
It's a gorgeous area. I hadn't actually appreciated how gorgeous it was. And a bunch of listings came up. I clicked on one. I might have looked at 2 or 3 photos of it. And I was like, Carrie, we got to go look at this place right now. And she's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, look, you guys, for whatever reason, she was convinced as well. It's like, yes, let's go do it. So we told the kids, we're like, we're going out. They're like, where are we going? We're like, we don't actually know, but we will be back. So off we went. We drove past it, but the way the land is, there's a bit of a hill off the road, so you couldn't see too much. So we pull up near the house. I'm like, what do we do? Like, now that we're here, what are we going to do? And we saw a sign outside that said fresh eggs. And I'm like, I think we're out of eggs, Care. And so we pull in and decide to get some eggs. I'm like, you have to do the talking because it's going to be in French and mine sucks. And so Carrie's like, okay. What we didn't know is this is the most Anglophone part of the entire province. So it's been really an easy transition for me. I don't have the same language skills. I'm working on them, but we're getting there. So Carrie knocks on the door. This guy comes to the door, says hi. That was a giveaway. Maybe that wasn't bonjour, salut or something. And Carrie says to him, I would like to buy some eggs and maybe your farm. And this guy just bursts out laughing. Their family's laughing. And he said, go walk the land. You can't come in the house. We're not ready to show a house. But you go walk around. Go anywhere you want. Come back. And if you're still interested, then we'll arrange a showing. And we walked to one little point, looked out, and I was done. I was like, yep, this is the place. And Jen, we never looked at another property. Like
wow.
it was just like, this is where we're supposed to be. Yeah. And so, of course, now we're trying to understand the place and how it works and what runs, and we're trying to build it out and kind of continue on momentum they had, but bring our own vision to this place as well. But it's been total adventure.
Well, and I've loved following it online for so many reasons. One, because like you guys are of this great family unit, you have all these things, and it's like you can see the joy in what you're doing, right? And it's just like you didn't do a Jen thing and say, like you did a Jen thing where you went into something not knowing all the things. That's a Jen
totally
thing.
Yes, yeah, 100%.
But what you did do was you're like, I'm bringing joy, because there's so much. And like, I love what you said about the waiting, because, and I recently shut my business down, and you saw how unhappy I was. And you were one of the people kind of like, we're cheering for you, but you never said you were cheering for Go For It. You were cheering for Josh and Jen. And I noted that distinction. And I was like, see you later. I'm out of here. And because it's time. And I was talking with someone on a job interview, and they said, what do you want? And I said, I want to have fun. Whatever I do, I want to have some joy and fun. I can have joy in spreadsheets. I can, as long as it's not related to logistics and cars and things. So, but two of the things that I think are neat in bringing your own vision to it. So can you tell us first about your sheep or lambs or llamas? What is
Yes to all of it.
the animals that are named?
The animals. So we have a couple of breeds of sheep here,
Okay.
and so when it comes to animals, it's probably Carrie you should be talking to. Carrie takes care of the animals. I do plants. It's safer that way.
Come here, I'll bring
That's right. So we've got these super cute sheep. They're called Southdown baby doll sheep, and so they're miniature sheep.
So cute.
And yeah, they're really cute. They're really cute. In part because we can release them broadly, and they don't eat like the stuff they're not supposed to. So they're really good that way. Yeah. But you tend to name animals in methods and in groups, so that you remember what year they're from and that kind of thing. A lot of people use the alphabet. So in your first year, they're all named with the letter A, and the next year it's the letter B. Okay. But Carrie, to her, her endless credit, named them after female Star Wars characters. That's
your wife. See, I did not catch that part of the story. Your wife did that. That's amazing.
It wasn't my idea. It wasn't my idea.
That's for you, man.
I know, right? I know. So we got Leia and Rey and Dune and Soka and Rose are the 5 girls. So
yeah, my husband fell in love with you when he saw that. I won't lie. He was like, I want to live here and be. He's like, I think my husband's older than me. He's like, can he be my dad? It's such a great thing. So you enjoy the animals. I remember I saw them, and they kind of ran the opposite way from where I was. But
the little ones do. The little ones do. The larger. No. And so we're part of a program that's involved in bringing a new breed to Canada. And so we're excited about that. And so it's like, it's strange, Jen. And again, Carrie does a lot of this stuff, but it's like, I'm like, hey, honey, what are you doing? She goes, well, semen shopping. And I'm like, that's new. That's new for me. And then we had to bring a vet. Cool. I know, all right. I'm like, I'm right here. We had to bring a vet from Calgary out to administer it. And so that was just last week. And so these sheep are getting pregnant.
During a pandemic, you flew semen in, or you flew the vet in, the vet and the semen.
Both.
So the vet.
Yes, both.
He's like, have I got some semen for you?
It's so strange. It's so strange.
That's so awesome. So, was he a Star Wars character name? Like, this was not some sort of weird role play?
No. She, Dr. Lynn. She's amazing. And awesome. we've got a llama as well. Came with that batch of sheep. Okay. And so Loretta is her name. She's a guardian llama. She's missing part of her face, where we've invented this complex story about her defending the sheep. She probably got it caught on barbed wire or something. I don't know. But she's great. We've got about 95 chickens. We got 10 breeds of chickens here as well. And so that's been fun. And we got bees. So we've added bees to the mix as well.
Yes, and I saw that you're selling honey, and that's Laystone Farms at the bottom. So you can definitely check that out. I definitely want, before you go though, I do want to talk about renting a vineyard. Can you talk about that? Because I got really excited. Sarah, listen up to this. We might be renting a vineyard.
So when I mentioned earlier, we stood at this one spot and we looked and we're like, this is it. Well, there's a vineyard here. It's about 10 acres of vines, so 11,000 vines on the property, 5 different varieties. And I remember us going, yes, this is it. We're going to do it. And then we were looking at the vineyard going, what the hell are we supposed to do with that? Like, never in my life had I had the aspiration to say, I'd like to own a vineyard one day. And mostly I've learned it's cutting the grass. It's all about cutting grass, which I love to do. So that's fine. But we're actually going to focus on craft vinegar production from the vineyard. And vinegar? Part of the reason, so producing a good wine is really hard. But if you screw it up, you get vinegar. And if you screw up making vinegar, you get more vinegar. So it's very, very forgiving.
I don't drink now, so I can make vinegar. I love that.
That's right. So so we're going to focus on that. And part of it is we also want to look and say, how do we get other people involved in this? And, we've got some people who work here. And I remember one night with Carrie, I was like, we were doing payroll. I'm like, how do we get people to pay us to take care of the vineyard? And she kind of laughed at it. And but I wasn't done thinking about that. And so what I came up with was this notion of you can have your own personal vineyard. And so you can rent a row. Basically, it's yours from May 1st to the end of November. We'll show people how to take care of it, how to prune, how to do all of it. We've
I
got the
can see Sarah
materials
getting
here.
excited in the green room. So fun.
No, it's really, really cool. And if somebody can't make it, we'll take care of it. Like we're not gonna make sure, like, we're gonna make sure everybody's successful. It comes with a little certificate. We put laser etched signs on the end of each row that says, right, here, let's work with the Sarah's Vineyard 2022 Petit Pearl, right, and have all of that. And then we'll help with the harvest. What we don't do is process at the end. So if you want to take it to a U brew and turn it into wine, you can go ahead. If you want to pick it, make grape jam out of it, or verjus out of it, or like, there's a host of things you can do with the grapes. So
grape salad.
Yeah.
That's a big I'm having
delicious.
Grapes. I think it's a great idea. So they can go, is it Laystone Farms? Is it a Facebook page, or do you have
Facebook,
a website?
Instagram, the website?
Contact us.
Absolutely.
We'll be a broker for Laystone Farms.
There you go. There you go.
And what a great, and that actually shows, like, that's full circle. Only like a really good business coach or something could look at, okay, I want to, like, a cost benefit of something that involves not exploiting human labor, but still the win-win for everyone. And you came up with that. And that's the kind of coach you get at Rhapsody. So I want to give, I mean, I'm like, I don't want to talk business, but in the end, the way some people's brains work, you know, and you're like me and like Sarah and like different people who want, whatever you do, you want to make a difference for you, your family, society. And you're doing that. And so I applaud you for that. I'm not kidding. We're going to go see how much everything is and pile our little resources together. And she's got like 18 kids, so it's perfect. And I'd love to, actually, I'll talk to you this offline, but I'd love to invite Sarah over to your house. I was like inviting people.
Absolutely. No, we love having people here. It's an important part of this.
Yeah, there's so much adventure seeker type things that you can do there as well. And just even from the vineyard onward. So definitely, I think we could get some coverage that way. Well, I want to thank you so much for coming on. I know I'll have you on when we get to our 1,000 viewers and things like that. But it takes people to come on when you only have 6 to 10 viewers. And so I really appreciate that. And next time you come on, like, man, I'm going to learn how to put this thing on my chair.
No, it's my pleasure. I'm a big, I believe in both you and Josh and what you guys are doing. So I am happy to.
Well, wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Trefor. And I wish you a nice snowstorm. So you guys keep warm out there, and we'll be in touch very soon. Miigwech, thank you so much. Okay.
Thanks. Bye, Jen.
Thanks. Bye-bye. Okay, so we're going to have Adventure Seeker Sarah. Thank you so much from Laystone Farms. I wanted to talk more about the fundraiser. I'm sorry I keep cut, but I'm doing 14-day movement. So we've raised like $2,000 of our goal of $350,000. I only laughed because I was like, what was I doing? And whenever no, we're still going to make it. And it's a weird thing. But Sister Rose had said to me, and she said, and Bernie, and then they're just like, you know, Canada's got some problems now, but it's also our focus right now. And I have made a decision, and I'm not kidding about this, the 14 days of not posting anything negative. And there are things going on in the world that I so want to talk about, but I've made a commitment to myself. And I already feel better. I was so depressed, as I said on the show yesterday. I was so depressed last week. It was a horrible week, just the lows of everything. And I said, nope, 2 things. And I am going cannabis. I'm going dry, but I was already sober for 4 months. Yay me. But I am also going cannabis free. There's nothing wrong with cannabis, but I may have been slightly overcompensating for the fact that I had not a lot to do and that I was less productive. So I like a clear head, focus on positivity, and focus on doing good. And it's a weird thing. Good things are coming. So that's in the fundraiser. If you can't find it, please, it's in many different comments and things, but let us know. We have found out there were some system errors and why people can't see the fundraiser. And follow the Jenn Hayward Show for more. So as I mentioned, Adventure Seeker Sarah, who filled in yesterday, which was great, live to talk about, the crocodiles and all that from Costa Rica. And she sends me this photo today. And she's like, yeah, I'm just doing this. And that's it. So this is a wild ride. And I want to say, everyone was like, why is someone in Costa Rica? Like, she has not gone anywhere during COVID. Like, literally, they have shut down. They have done everything. And she had this opportunity, and she's growing her adventure work and her photography work. And she had the opportunity, and she took it. And I applaud her for it. So please welcome Sarah Jean Stewart. How are you?
Oh, good. My feet hurt. We did a lot of hiking today.
That's for you. That's a big thing. You hike all the time. Like it's nonstop
I know.
action.
But it's winter, and I realized very quickly that I haven't been on my feet a whole lot recently.
So let's just get this out of the way. How much lichen did you see today?
So you know what? You're going to be shocked. There was lichen everywhere. And I pointed out after about an hour that I've seen lots of lichen and haven't taken a single photo of lichen.
Well, I think that's good.
But there were a lot.
You have a diversity of things to take. Yeah. So for the audience who hasn't followed her regularly, is that when she takes it, like she has her family and they go for a hike, and she's a photo journalist, and she takes the pictures, and there's like lots of her kids, but there's always 18 times more of lichen. And I do want to say, I did not know what lichen was before we became good friends, and now all her friends know lichen. She's in university taking like lichen studies, and like she's not taking lichen studies, but every class she takes, she adds a lichen twist, and it's like a fungus and an algae living in harmony or something, like whatever. I'm not minimizing it. I'm just saying it's so lame, but we love you. But what isn't? It's not lame because it's to you. It's exciting as a vineyard. So I wanted to, but you were
fun. My hiking buddy did get a whole speech on lichens today. Not gonna lie, but I didn't take exclusively pictures of lichens, so that's something, right?
That is good. Well, what did you see today? Well, because first of all, can we talk about the flying?
So we can. Today. That was quite something. So I reached out to these people for a booking, thinking that I probably wouldn't get in last minute, but might as well try. And it looked interesting, and it was really nearby to where I'm staying, and it worked. So off we went. And I looked at some pictures and stuff. You know, I will often, book things if it's an interesting thing to do. I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm not going to really think too hard about it. And then, just before I'll do my research, maybe or not, depending. And so it looked to me from the photos that I was seeing like it might be paragliding, but with like kind of almost like a tricycle, like with landing gear. And then once we started to strap in and get ready, I noticed very quickly that there was no landing gear, just our feet. So the guy that was, it's tandem, obviously, like you could see the person behind me. I'm not going to do that on my own. I'm not that crazy. But
you would have if they offered it. Give me a break. You would have.
Well, funny, Nick, who was holding the camera for me, did ask, are you going tandem? Or like the fact that you have to ask that does tell me something. But there was someone there who knew what they were doing. And it was beautiful. I mean, I do get a little bit of motion sickness. So there were a couple of moments of like, banking to get back on the right track. And there was a couple of moments of, this makes me feel a little bit queasy, but totally worth it. Like you could see all of the area that we're staying in. And like beautiful views that you would almost get no other way except for, going up in a plane or a helicopter. But I think this was definitely scarier.
I would think so.
But certainly a lot of fun. And the guy that I was flying with really knew what he was doing. God knows how many flights he'd done. And when we were going to land, he told me exactly what to do. Put your feet up like this so that he's responsible for the landing, And it was great. It was so much fun. But I haven't posted the video yet, so I'll tell you about this. But we did get video of the takeoff. And basically what's happening is to get you in the air, they're like pulling you behind. You're attached to a rope behind a truck.
Okay. And
you run until you're in the air, and then you stop running. And then once you're up at a good height, they
have ones that you could go on the water,
you're free flying.
Where they just sort of, I've seen the ones
on what?
Water, but yeah. The ones.
Oh yes, I've done that a few times. I've gone parasailing. So we actually took, I can't believe you don't know this, but we actually took all of the kids parasailing once.
That has not come.
So Delia was 2 years old, and she went parasailing. So we did it in quad, so that you have 3 people strapped to the fly bar, and then the lightest person is strapped to the ropes out on front from carabiners. And of course, Delia, being 2 years old, was the lightest person in our group. So she's strapped to the ropes out front, swinging away in the wind.
See, I was joking her today when I saw you,
her cousin was like 10 and was very scared.
but the 2-year-olds be like, yeah, hey, I'm hanging with mom. Well, because I thought, well, Lyndon might like this.
Yeah, so she was.
Yeah. All right, so Sarah, tell
Yeah,
us.
she was yelling back to her 10-year-old cousin, "It okay, Renee? I'm keeping you safe."
Aw,
Great.
so sweet, so sweet. All right, so tell us, were we going to talk more about Costa Rica, or do you want to talk about still 2021? Which one did you come? She's like Costa Rica.
Oh, screw 2020. It's fun here. There's lots of cool.
How many beers?
We'll do that later.
That's right. So
no, we just got back. We got back just in time to see you.
Just you running. So
we all after doing the flying, I came back to home base to lay down for a few minutes and just get my bearings. But then started to look at what else was around here. There's waterfalls not too far up the road, and we thought maybe we'd go do that. And while I was looking at the map, I noticed that the national park that I wanted to go to, there are a bunch, but there was one that's only 25 minutes away. So I went, hey, let's go do that. And we did. And that was really cool. We only went on one trail, and we actually might go back and go with a guide because you're going to see more wildlife that way. But I wanted to try it out on my own first, which was fun. There were lots of lizards, lots of butterflies, lots of cool plants.
This is your first day of the adventure, the first day. And it's like, oh, what? My first day on if someone said, Jen, you're going to Costa Rica, my first day is, I'm on a beach doing nothing, and you're just like, adventure. I love that about it. I love that. So what was your highlight?
I mean, there is a beach right down the road. Okay, so I did enjoy taking photos of lizards. That was cool, and I really liked the lizards. But there were leaf cutter ants all over the place, and I don't know. I'll send you a video because it's just so cool. They're all lined up, like carrying giant pieces of leaves across the path.
And you got some video? Excellent.
I got some video of that. That was really cool. Like, I guess I was expecting lizards and I was expecting butterflies.
But week. So you're here every Tuesday.
Yeah,
so
it was pretty neat. And I mean, there were definitely times where we wondered if maybe we were lost in the middle of the jungle.
Okay.
But we made it out on time and it was fine. And yeah, definitely worth doing, especially if you like lizards. So many lizards, Jen. So many lizards.
I don't know if I like lizards. Well, I mean, I remember I had that Geico, and because when we were in Belize, I had like that. You know, there was lizards, but it was more a lot of iguanas than lizards. Is that a lizard? Iguana? Is that the same thing?
Apparently, there are iguanas here. I haven't seen any yet, but I am told they are in this vicinity. But the lizards, like I say, if you like lizards, no one should ever be afraid of lizards. They are so much more afraid of you. Like, just getting a picture of them is a bit of a challenge because
Josh and I call lizards Lizzie. All lizards are called Lizzie. All iguanas are called Iggy. We have a theme. So
I like
Sarah,
it. I like it.
Before I let you go, I'd like to. Why adventure?
Well, I kind of feel like life is all about connections. Whether it's connecting with your family, with your friends around you, but also with the rest of the world, with nature, with the past, and all of those things you can do every day, no matter where you are, and everything is an adventure. But the more places you go and the more things you see, the more opportunities you have to do that. So that's why it's important to me.
Wonderful. And we love watching it. See, being a photographer and adventurer together means we get to enjoy it more. I mean, otherwise it would just be like, hey, Jen, get to see my picture. She's my friend, but that's it. I would be doing this even if you weren't my friend because you take such great pictures. So Adventure Seeker Sarah, it's on the screen. You can see her TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all the places, and really focus on the detail and the talent in what she's doing, and also the ratio of her children, which there's so many, to the actual adventure, because she rarely just takes a picture of her kids posing because they're always doing something. And I love that. You know, I could dislike you. I don't, but I could dislike you. But you have raised the most amazing, intelligent children. You know, I've done some mentoring with some of them, and I'm like, I guess I have nothing to teach you. You are so smart. But I mean, I kid. But they're so well-rounded and wanting to adventure and do good in the world. And so I just want to applaud you on that. I was feeling a little sappy about that.
They are pretty awesome. I actually say all the time that I think the key here is that I would actually like to hang out with all of them, even if I didn't have to. Like, I actually enjoy spending time with them because they're actually all good, interesting people. So I guess that's
I do not
good.
share that with my children right now. No, I
Your
love them.
children are also good, interesting people.
No, there are. I just don't want to hang out with them. But they don't want to hang out with me. Are you kidding? They're 18, 19, they're 20. They're just like, I'm going to see some strange guy. All right. That's good. Well, Sarah, I want to thank you for your Tuesday segment. I'm looking forward to it next week and hearing more about Costa Rica. I'm pretty sure we'll be talking about that for the next 3 or 4 weeks. Yeah. So if anyone is, follow her. But if you're wanting her to come to one of your events, cover it, sort of thing, she has a very good coverage and can definitely bring people to your tourist attraction or adventure, which really, she could see a log cabin with nothing and
literally anything.
And it's an adventure, right? Going to my house is an adventure. Actually, it is. But I want to thank you so much, Sarah, and we will see you next time. I'm going to push her up. I should definitely get someone helping me with this. Oh, right. Look at me, the Jenn Hayward Show. That is our show. Look at me being slightly manic, but also adorable. We are here Monday to Friday, 5 o'clock, rain or shine. Even if someone cancels, we're in here. I want to thank our guest, Trefor Munn-Venn from Laystone Farms, Adventure Seeker Sarah. I encourage everyone, even if you can't donate, share the 14 days of positivity, 14 days movement, which really we probably shouldn't have called it movement. But the idea was we wanted to create a movement. And I need to introduce the people that I have met and like Sarah said, those connections. I believe it's something I'm meant to do. And some people think that's crazy. That's not. I said to both people in both places I've been to other places. I'm not some sap who's like just money. 5 years in the making, the Buzia project, and it's fairly new, the Mazabuca one. But I said, if you were given one-time funding, what could you do with it sustainably? And they have both come up with plans. And it's not me telling anyone what they need. It was them saying, this is what we need. This is how we do it. This is what we have. And like I said, I have seen them have absolutely nothing but land and build to the fact that they're building a school now. So please consider just the smallest amount of donation. I know it's hard for everyone out there, but I'm just going to keep going. So my name's Jenn Hayward, and I'll see you tomorrow. I don't have any exit music, so it's always awkward. I'm just like, I'm ending the broadcast.